So, but Bob, also getting to, Teofimo Lopez. Apparently, it was reported that that fight is now going to be with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom picking up Lopez Kambosos. Can you just confirm that, Bob?
No, I can confirm that Triller defaulted. The second highest bid for the fight was Matchroom, and the third was Top Rank. Under the rules of the IBF, when there is a default by the top bidder, it goes to the second bidder. And I talked to Eddie over the weekend, and he said, indeed, yes, he was going to do that fight. So I told him, Eddie, if you do that fight, we will cooperate to the full extent with you, give you footage and everything, which we wouldn't do with Triller. I mean, I didn't regard Triller as a real promoter.
Mm-hmm. You know, in the past, it wasn't always the best between you and Eddie. You would, criticize him and how
I would still criticize him on things, but that doesn't mean because I criticize him in one area that I can't cooperate with him in another area, or he can't cooperate with me. Because you have to understand, wherever it's worth, Eddie's father and I go back many decades, and we worked together, and we were buddies and had a great time. So I have, again, I'm not going to agree with Eddie where I don't agree with him, and I castigate him as he does me, but we can still cooperate on something like this.
When he came here, Bob, came with a lot of money, a big budget, and he wanted to make big fights, but it didn't quite materialize the way. Why is that? What do you think?
You cannot have a streaming service which depends on subscriptions, limiting yourself to one sport. Look at ESPN Plus. You get football, you get everything. You got millions of sports all the time, including boxing. Now, with the Zone, it was only boxing in the United States. In Germany, where they've been successful, they have the soccer, the Bundesliga, and so forth, right? And the boxing, right? Italy, the same thing. Here, they were never in a position to pick up the rights to team sports. And so they had no chance from the beginning, no matter who they had.
What have you thought about Lopez not seeming interested in the Lomachenko rematch, and he seems to want Josh Taylor more than that rematch, Bob?
Look, every fighter has their own mentality and their own preferences. I mean, I may sit and talk with them and advise them to change their viewpoint, but it's their viewpoint. So if that's how he's decided, that's how he's decided. And Teofimo and Josh Taylor, assuming they get by their fights, would be a terrific fight. So how can I object?
Do you think either guy would be deserves to be the favorite in that fight?
What?
In Lopez and Josh Taylor, if they fight?
I would think Taylor would be the favorite. I would think, but I don't know.
How do you expect his fight with Kambosos to go, Bob?
I don't think much of Kambosos. I've got to be honest. I'm not going to pussyfoot around. I've met him. He's a nice kid. But, he squeaked out a victory over Selby. Now, Selby is essentially a featherweight, right?
Yep. Yes,
right.
He is. Yeah. Not a puncher at all.
Not a puncher.
Nope.
And would Selby last 30 seconds with Teofimo?
I'll give him 30 seconds, Bob.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe not 3 rounds, but I'll give him 30 seconds.